Hello again, and welcome to High Ground Financial Freedom Podcast. And today it's just me, Dwaylen Dasher, the CEO. I'm gonna be doing something a little bit different today. I queried my clients and I asked, what are some questions that you would have if you didn't understand it from the banking? You're doing very well in it right now, but what questions would you have if you were new and you wanted to learn about infinite banking? So I got about 5 or 6 questions that I want to go over that I got. And I have my wife here, Sarah Dasher. She's here. Sarah, say hello.
Hi.
And she's going to be asking me the questions as we go through this. So now here's the thing. I don't know what the questions are. So if you see me mess up a little bit, I apologize, but I want this to be raw. I want it to be fresh. And that way I get better with answering questions. Okay, Sarah, so shoot away. Let's get the first one.
What is infinite banking, family banking?
So infinite banking, family banking, there's a lot of different names. And the reason there's so many names, let me just say that real quick, because it's simply an insurance policy. And like me, when I heard the word insurance policy, I ran for the hills because insurance agents are demonized. And there's a reason for that, okay? But it's a strategy where you take an insurance policy and you have the insurance policy's death benefit. So that's standard. You're going to have a death benefit. Just like with car insurance, homeowners insurance, there's a benefit if something bad happens. So same thing, death benefit. But unlike car insurance and homeowners insurance, with infinite banking and family banking, you also grow cash value. So you have this cash value just growing. And if it's structured correctly, this cash value right here can blow up where you're actually putting extra money into it. And it's just going crazy. And it's getting a guaranteed interest rate and it's growing tax-free. Okay, yeah, it's real nice. Tax-free and guaranteed interest rate. So again, death benefit over here. So infinite banking is this. You can take a loan, not from, but against this cash value that's collateralized right here. The insurance company will give you the money. You can take that money, you can purchase rental property. That's going to produce some cash flow. You can purchase cryptocurrency. You can purchase gold and silver. You can purchase some type of asset with that money. And then when it's time to pay the loan back, you have 3 options. You can just pay it back right away. Or you can, let's say you got rental property and you want to hold off for 10 years and let that money grow. You can defer your payments for 10 years. Or you can do what the wealthy people do. They just don't pay it back at all. And then you say, well, how is that possible? How can someone take a loan without paying it back? Well, what happens is, remember that death benefit over here? Well, of course, you can't touch that death benefit until you die, right? But when it's structured right in infinite banking or family banking, when you do pass away, if you don't pay the loan back, well, then the insurance company will just take the money out of your death benefit. And if that person that's responsible have done things the right way, well, they have just taken the cash value loans and they've bought a bunch of assets, okay, apartment complexes, bunch of rental properties, okay, and they've passed that off. So they use the money while they're alive, the cash flow while they're alive. When they pass away, they passed off all of these assets to their family members, plus what's left over in the death benefit, and they just had a great life. So that is essentially infinite banking and family banking, taking a properly structured whole life policy and utilizing the cash value the right way, not going on trips and stuff like that. You do that later. So does that answer the question?
Yes, you showed a lot of benefits right now when you're in this last question, but the next question was, is there any other benefit that you would say to convince someone to look into it? So is there any other benefit that you, besides what you already mentioned earlier?
Well, the 2 biggest benefits for me when I heard about it, which I thought it was crazy, was the tax-free growth and a guaranteed interest rates. I mean, that is the biggest benefit for me, is that money just growing, sitting there while you're sleeping. That's one of the ways to make money. That's the best way. While you're sleeping, your money's still growing. So I think that's the best one for me, or the best 2.
I know you recommend books. What is a good book I can read to learn more about it and its benefits for beginner learners and advanced learners?
Good question. Beginner learners. Okay, let's talk about Heads I Win, Tails You Lose by Patrick Donahoe. And then the next one is Nelson Nash's book, Becoming Your Own Bank. And here's the thing. If you tell yourself you're an advanced learner, then you're an advanced reader, you're an advanced reader. I would say get both of them. Read the books and then apply what you learn from the books.
The next question is there a way that I can use infinite banking as a retirement plan?
Is there a way I can use infinite banking as a retirement plan? Yes, definitely. So here's the thing with infinite banking, it's not about getting one policy. Like you have a homeowner's policy, you get one. You have a car insurance policy, unless you got multiple cars, you're going to get one for that car. You can't get multiple. And that's not how you do with life insurance. With life insurance, you can get multiple policies. So you can have one policy that you don't tap into the cash value and use it to buy assets. That policy, you can just let it grow, let it grow, let it grow until you're in your 60s. And you can set it up where you stop paying premiums at a specific age. And at that age is when you tell the insurance company, hey, I want to start taking loans against it, because you want to use that money to supplement your other retirement. You know, you got some Social Security coming in, and you got your job, your W-2 job that's paying you your benefits. Now you have another stream of income coming in from that infinite banking. So 1,000%, yes, you can use infinite banking as a retirement fund. Yes.
And the last question is, why do you think that we've never been taught basic financial literacy in schools?
That's a good one. You're trying to get me in trouble. No, I'm gonna tell you the truth. So here's the thing. You have to ask yourself this: to what benefit is it to the government? We live in the United States of America. I love my country. Served 32 years, and I would do it all over again if I could. Our country is not evil. The IRS is not evil. At the end of the day, there's things that are needed to keep the country running. So what's needed to keep the country running? A bunch of taxpayers, people paying into the tax system. Okay, the tax system, the government offers a lot of programs, DMV, all these government service, post office. There's a lot of government programs. If you take my class, I'll definitely hit this one. But there's a lot of government programs that are offered that has to get paid into. Well, how do you pay into it? Through the tax system. What benefit would it be for the government to teach financial literacy? I think the government does a good job of public education already. That onus has to be on you as an individual. You can't put everything on the government. It has to be you as an individual that's saying, you know what, let me go find a way to learn that. That's why I created the app, because there's so much information out there, so many different places that you can pull knowledge from. When I was looking at it, I'm like, there's not one spot that you can get everything from without all the crazy jargon and all these different words. I put it together so people can learn it, but the government, that's not the government's responsibility. That's the simplest way I can say it. It's not the government's responsibility to teach you financial literacy. The government gives so many programs out there. And if you look at any town in any state, city, there's libraries. You can go to the library and learn all of this. Again, it's a lot of different pooling information from different places. So you can check out the High Ground Financial Freedom app. On that app, I give so much knowledge, so much free information. And people will say, well, why do you do it for free? Why do you give them a budget for free? Why do you give them a way they can track their spending for free? Why do you give them a place, a community that they can tie into people? Why do you have a podcast? Why do you have all these white papers teaching this knowledge? Because as a man of God, as a steward of Christ, I can't take none of this stuff with me. And so I'm only here for a certain period of time. I love to help people. It is what it is. Ask any service member that served in the military. We're brainwashed to help. That's all we like to do, is like to help. And money can only go so far in your life. Some people get a kick out of just seeing other people do well. And that's my family. We like to see people do well and thrive. So again, it's not to the government to teach you. It's you get the knowledge. You read the books. You apply that knowledge in making educated decisions with that knowledge. So I know I went around that, but I wanted to throw some other pieces in there because I definitely want to talk about our country and this place we live. So yeah, does that answer your question? So do you have any other questions?
No, that's it.
So again, if you want to learn, check out the HG Financial Freedom app. It's on the Apple Store and it's on the Google Play Store. And there's a lot of free things in there. Again, you can track your spending habits. You can journal daily. That's big. And you have a community of like-minded individuals. And there's a lot of people in there that's doing better than me in this community. You can ask all kinds of questions. They will fire right back at you. You want to learn how to buy a house, how to buy a car, any financial question you can think of. Then I have all my courses in there. I also have an advanced course that I just started up because there's people who are knocking out the 16-week course and they're implementing some of these strategies. And now they want to go to an advanced course. So again, it's there for you. So all you have to do is download it and apply it. I hope this helped. God bless and have a great day.